mind being who they want me to be. People who don't even care about you. Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kayla, and on my page we talk about self-love and self-growth, so go ahead and click that subscribe button because I promise you are going to love it here. So these past couple of months, I've really just been so happy, and I really was sitting with myself and I was like, wow, like this is the first time in my life where I'm really just myself and I'm okay with being myself and being my true authentic self and not caring about what other people think about me. And it just meant so much to me because there was a point in my life where I wanted to be everybody but me. I wanted to be everything but myself. I used to hate my personality. I used to hate everything about myself. And I let other people gradually tear me apart and mold me into something that I just really wasn't. And God helped me find my way back to who I am. And I did the inside work, and now I'm officially okay with being myself. So I wanted to make a video for everybody out there who's going through that, where it's like you don't really want to be yourself, or you just can't really find it to be your true authentic self because of what other people have said to you, or you feel like you're annoying, you feel like your personality is just trash, you feel like your style isn't what's in style now. And especially with nowadays, with social media, it seems like everybody is the same person and there's just a certain way to be. But just remember that these little trends that's going on now, there'll be a new trend in a few years. So it's always good to just be yourself, because at the end of the day, all you have is who you are. That's all you really have, is your own self-identity. So in this video, I wanted to make a video on how to find your way back to yourself, or just be your authentic self and not let anybody else change who you are. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video. So I want to give you guys a little flashback on my life growing up, so you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from. So growing up, I've always just been extra flamboyant type of person. I've always been extra feminine. I've always was like chill. I'm an introvert, but I've also always been very, very feminine, like very, very girly. I'll insert some pictures up here. Princess, everything. Just, I've never really been shy. I was always kind of an introvert, but I've never been shy. Like when it was time for me to be around other people, I was okay with talking. Like even with being in front of the camera, I've just always been okay with that. So like I said, extra flamboyant, you know, just extra pink everything, princess everything. And it was up until the point where I was in high school. I remember in high school, I used to wear heels to school every single day. Not like the grown type of heels, but it was called heels when I was young, but they're wedges. But you know, when you're young, you think that's heels. But I used to wear wedges every single day. I used to get cute for school every single day. And this is around 2016, 2017. And I don't know if a lot of people remember that, but back then, this whole feminine energy, being your feminine energy, that wasn't as popular. Yes, this was popular for maybe like the 30-year-olds, the 40-year-olds, but when you were like 17, 18, 19, 20, that wasn't in style like how it is now, like how to be feminine. I was doing that before it was popular, so you could imagine being young in that environment and everybody else is all kind of like into sneakers, sneakerhead girls, you know, like it was just completely different back then. So, yeah, I was wearing heels every day. I would dress up for school every single day. And I just remember like, I would get like, at that point, it wasn't like being bullied, but I would get teased. Like, I remember like I wore this, it was a cute outfit too. But, back then it was just like, you know, people were gonna tease you. It was like an all yellow fit, but it was like heels. It was cute, y'all. Like, it was really, really cute. It was mad cute. Mind y'all, like, I love stuff like that. Like, I've always been, that's just who I am. And I would remember, I had my cute outfit on and I had to go out for a presentation. And I remember hearing this girl say, "What does she have on?" And it just hurt me so bad because everybody, even my own closest friends, they were kind of like making smart remarks about my outfit too. Like, why do you always have to dress up? Why do you always have to do this? And it hurt me. And mind y'all, these are the same people that's trying to be in my life right now. But I stand on business. You're not coming back around me after you trying to diss me. No, get out my face. But yeah, like that really hurt me to the core. And y'all, I changed my whole self for them. After that period of my life, that was like the final straw kind of for me, like the final day. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should listen to what other people say. I'm gonna start dressing down. So it was a point in my life where I just was not caring how I looked in school. I would wear sweatpants, a sweatshirt. That would be my style. Like, I didn't care about my looks. I mean, my hair was not done. Like, I would just be like, okay, I'm just gonna be a tomboy then, since it seems like that's the thing to be. That's just what it is. And I'm gonna tone down my personality. I'm gonna be like one of the boys, like, cause it seems like I'm just too soft, you know? And that was probably the most miserable period of my life, when I was being something that I really wasn't. And I found that I lost myself. So I want you guys to understand, like, that can be really deep. You think that you're making just a minor change, that could turn into a major change. Like a minor twist of not being yourself could turn into a major shift of like, wow, I don't even remember who I am anymore. And it really made me cry. Like, 2 nights ago, I was just crying because I'm like, oh my goodness, like, I miss the old me. Who I am now is who I am. But I missed it so much because it was such a long period of my life where I just was not being that. Like, I wasn't being my true authentic self out of fear of what other people said to me. And it wasn't until now where I finally realized that a lot of the stuff that people were saying about me back then was all rooted in jealousy. Imagine, you know how many people want to be able to be themselves, but they're scared to be themselves. So anytime they see somebody else being okay with being their authentic true selves, they get intimidated by that and they just can't deal with it. So they want to make you feel like something's wrong with you, when it's like, no. Back then, I was doing everything that's in style now, but I was just doing it before it was in style, and not even to be on a trend. That was just naturally who I was, and I let other people just tear me down, break my spirit, break my soul. And it wasn't even like the looks of it. It wasn't even how I was dressing. It was also like my personality. I was the sweetest. I'm still a nice person, but I used to be the sweetest person ever. And I remember in school, everybody would be like, why are you so nice? Like, it gets on my nerves how nice you are. Like, why are you so nice? And I would just be like, that's just who I am. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just my personality. Like, and that hurt me too, to a point where I wasn't rude to people after that, but it shut me off. Like, I was so like willing to talk if it came to like a social setting. I was still introverted, but if it was a social setting, I was so willing to just talk. And that changed me. Like, I was like, okay, people keep saying I'm so sweet, I'm too soft, I'm too nice. So I'm just like, I'm just not gonna talk to people. I'm just gonna be in my own world. And that brought me into such a depression. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, I'm in such a slump, such a depression, because I'm just not being my sweet, normal self, because I'm letting other people tear me down. Fast forward 5 years later, that's a trend now. It's a trend to be soft and feminine. Everybody wants to be soft and feminine now. I was doing that when I was 15, 13, 16, 12. I've been doing that. So this is just for me to tell you guys, it's not even bragging. This is for me to tell y'all, like, the stuff that people are hating on you for now, the stuff that people are trying to make you feel like is not the way to be, in a few years, that's going to be a trend. So whether that be a religion, whether that be like you're just modest, don't let the outside people tell you what you're doing is wrong. Let's say you're just an outside person and people are saying, oh, why are you always outside? Okay, oh well, that's who you are. They don't have the confidence to be outside. They don't have if they could, they would. Keep that in your mind. If they could, they would. That's the first lesson of the day in this story. I know I just gave you guys a whole story time, but that just like, I was like, I need to let that out. I need to let y'all understand like what I was going through growing up with that, because I'm feeling myself right now. I'm feeling good. Like, I'm back at who I used to be. I'm back at square one now. But yeah, first lesson of the day is if they could, they would. Meaning, understand that when someone's talking down on you, that's a projection, meaning they wish they could do what you could do. You know how many people wish that they could have the discipline to follow God's word, or to follow their passion, or to follow their purpose in life? Not even if it's religion wise, but whatever it is. Let's say you're starting a business and it seems like your closest friends are not supporting you, but when you look at what they have going on, they're trying to do the same exact thing you're doing. I've been through that too. I have a fitness business, for you guys who don't know, and it's pretty successful. It took me a while to get to where it is now, but it's doing really good for itself on Instagram and just sales in general. And a lot of the people who didn't support me in the beginning, or a lot of the people who always had snark things to say, a lot of them were my friends. But then when I look at them now, they're trying to do the same exact thing that I was doing, you know, back when I first started doing it. So I just want you guys to understand that, like, whether that be you're starting up something, whatever you're doing, don't let the thoughts of other people and the stuff other people say get you. It might hurt because it feels like it's coming from your closest peers, so you feel like what they're saying is valid, but not everybody wants the best intentions for you. Like, don't change yourself for other people. Please don't. It's going to take you so much longer to find yourself again if you just change for other people, because what is the point? You know, like, to like avoid having to find yourself again, just don't change for anybody else. If you want to change for yourself, let's say you don't want to be a pushover anymore. Let's say you want to change up your style. Do it for yourself, but don't do it for other people's opinions, other people's views on you. Just don't do that, you know? Be your own main character. So once I stopped making other people the main character of my life is when I was like, okay, I'm being myself, because they're not the main character. Why are you caring about what outsiders think about you if this is your story? My mom tells me all the time, why are you making them the main character of your life? So I'm going to tell y'all that. Why are y'all making them the main character of your life? Don't piss me off, sis. Don't make me mad, okay? Why would you make somebody else the main attraction? if you're the main attraction, okay? Growing up, I liked attention and stuff like that. And I thought about it. I'm like, if I like attention, why am I putting all my attention on other people? No, put that on myself and understand, like, I create my own world. Why am I being who they want me to be? People who don't even care about you. When they go home after a long day of school, when they go home after a long day of work, they're not thinking about you to that extent. So why are you coming home thinking, oh man, like, I wonder if they hated that I'm like this. Maybe I should become a little bit more like this. No, they have no say in that. You shouldn't care what they feel. It's up to you. If you want to walk into that room with a big pair of heels, you want to walk into that room with a nice bright shirt, pink, nails done, eyebrows done, all that done, you can do that. Don't dim yourself down for other people. I grew up doing that. I would dim my light because I felt like it made other people uncomfortable. And I never understood what it was because, mind you, I was younger, so I never understood what it was. But it was really just jealousy, and it really was. Like, I know we don't want to say like, that's the same story like every pretty girl says that somebody was jealous when they're growing up. But most of the time, it's really that, and it's not even about your looks. People can be jealous of your spirit and your light. Mind you, people over here telling me I'm too nice. What? Telling somebody that they're too nice, and it had nothing to do with what I was allowing. It'd be different if you're like letting people walk all over you and then they're saying you're too nice. Why they're telling me I'm too friendly to other people. So because I'm kind to a stranger, because I'm kind-hearted and I'm willing to talk, that's a problem. And it didn't take me till I was older. I'm like, that's a character trait that most people wish they had. Most people wish they had the capacity to move with grace, the capacity to be like, okay, you know what? This situation made me upset, but I'm going to continue to grow and elevate it. And I didn't realize it. It makes people so mad when you grow and thrive under conditions where you're not supposed to do that. It makes people so irritated. Some things that I went through, this is why I say watch who you're friends with. I was at a point in my life just a few months ago where I was going through a really hard situation, and my so-called friends, I would be venting to them about it. And when I was out of it, the reaction that came with that wasn't like, oh my God, like, I'm so happy you're over like that situation. The reaction was like, oh wow, like, kind of like, oh wow, she made it through. I thought that situation was gonna break you. Not everybody has good intentions for you. So why would you try to take advice or change yourself when someone is holding animosity towards you and doesn't want the best for you? Okay? I don't care. Like, we could say it. Like, people really do be jealous. And I know, like I said before, everybody wants to say like, why you're not supposed to say people are jealous of you. Like, not everybody's jealous of you. No, people are jealous of you. Let's say, for example, you watching us, me and you, sis, we're not jealous type of people. So if somebody else came around us, even if their personality just wasn't our fit, we just didn't like how they acted, never are we going to tell them that they need to switch how they act. Never am I going to do that. If somebody annoys me, I'm going to keep it to myself, but I'm not going to try to tell them they have to change. And I just feel like that's so messed up. I see it all on social media. It'll be in people's comments. They tell people like, oh, this person, you're so annoying. You're so like obnoxious. For what? Like, they're not bothering anybody. Like, they're being themselves. It's like nowadays nobody could be themselves, especially like as a woman. It seems like you can't be who you are. If you're loud, you're ghetto. If you're quiet, you're boring. If you show too much skin, you just want attention. It's like you can never just be yourself. And with that attention thing, I got that so much growing up. I used to wear like fitted clothes. I used to like stuff like that. It was never crop tops. It was just all fit nice on me. And I had like a natural kind of like slim, thick body. And I remember everybody like as a kid, they'd be like, you just want attention. Like, why is your butt always out? Like, you just want attention. I'm in jeans and the shirt. I'm in leggings and a t-shirt, you know, like, and it wasn't until now where now that's the whole beauty standard. And I finally realized stuff is rooted in jealousy. So take that with a grain of salt and understand that every time people say something to you, it's a projection of how they feel. So I'm gonna say it again. They're jealous of you, sis. I don't care if I sound like a broken record. I don't care if I sound like conceited, but you're beautiful. They're jealous of you. You have a nice personality. They are jealous of you. Anybody who's doing stuff with ill intent, malicious, they don't like themselves. People who love themselves, I would never say something to somebody in hopes that they feel bad about themselves or it makes them feel like nothing. For what? Because I know how that feels. I know how it feels to not feel like you're worthy. I know how it feels to feel like you're not good enough and that you hate yourself. So why would I want anybody else to feel like that? No, that's not the way to go. I'm not going for that. And you're not going to go for that either. Just, excuse me. Somebody says something to you, be like, oh, okay, you're just mad. You're just jealous, because that's what it is. So now that I talked about how to not care about what other people think about yourself, let's say you're at the point of your life where you feel like you lost yourself within other people. You lost yourself by letting so many people in and just tear you apart bit by bit by bit. There is a way to get yourself back and find yourself again. And I'm going to tell you guys what I have been doing, what I do. So the number one thing I do, and I know I talk about this all the time, but I prayed. As soon as I got out of a situation and I just felt like my back was against the wall, I felt like I did not know myself anymore. I'm like, God, like, I don't know who I am anymore. Like, people took so much from me, and I'm coming to you because I want to find myself again. I want to get back to where I was. I want to be happy again. I just want to be myself again. Pray and be consistent with your prayers, because I feel like sometimes we pray and we don't get the results. It's kind of like, what am I doing this for? But be consistent with your prayers. Pray and take action to get to those steps. So when I pray, I also took action to get to where those steps. So I prayed, then I also cut off access to the people who were making me feel away. God is going to look at you like, what? If you're praying, you're coming to him for the solution, but you're letting in the people who are the enemy. You're letting in the people who cause you to be in that situation anyways. God's telling you, cut them off. Let them go. In order for you to receive those blessings, you have to make space for yourself to receive them. You can't receive those blessings with the same trash people in your life. You can't receive those blessings with the same people who didn't want good for you around. Nothing that God has planned for you can be taken, but the progress of it can be slowed down by having those same conniving, malicious people around you in your space. So you need to let them go. In order to be who you are again, you have to let them go so you could free yourself. Another reason why you need to let them go is because they only know the old you. That version of you might not even really be who you are. But if you claim to people who only know the version of you that you just don't want to be anymore, or that really wasn't you, they kind of hold you accustomed to that. They don't really want to see you change. Why would a jealous person want to see you grow and thrive if when you were insecure and when you were not who you truly were, it was better for them? Because misery loves company. So as you thrive, you can't keep that person around you because it's going to just make you feel worse. I'm going to tell you guys something that is so real. So this was just recently actually, like, I had to just log out of my main account on Instagram because I felt such a big sense of just like evil eye, green eye, just a sense of just like maliciousness. Especially since I'm like talking my truth, I'm speaking my truth and I'm being myself. There's a spirit out there, I don't know who's attached to, just people that used to be in my life, that does not want to see me succeed, that doesn't want to see me be my true authentic self. And I know you guys probably went through that too. And it's like you could feel it. Like I could feel it. It was so strong that I could feel it. And that's dangerous. I don't play about stuff like that because you're not about to hinder my blessings. You're not about to make it hard for me to get to my blessings. I listen to God when he tells me something about somebody, because I've been through that so much to where it's like, I feel like I've learned so many lessons with people to where it's like when God tells me something, I'm not going to touch the water anymore. God doesn't need to tell you the water is hot for you to know it's hot. We know, we can feel people's energies. So just don't. If you're in a healing journey, be in your healing journey. You can't keep tapping out and into it, because that's what I was doing. I was tapping out and in. I was like, okay, I'm healing, but I want to like dabble in that a little bit. I'm healing, but I want to still talk to this person that did something wrong to me. I'm healing, but I still want to be friends with this group of people who mean me no good. No, you gotta heal and you have to make sacrifices. Nothing in life comes without some type of sacrifice. So in order to heal and get back to your authentic selves, in order to be happy, you have to sacrifice the stuff that did you no good. And it might feel like, you know, like, oh, at first you kind of feel like, dang, like I missed this, I missed that. But once you're in it and once you feel like yourself again, you come out of that storm stronger than ever. You're going to feel so much better, sis. You're going to be yourself again. And I always say journaling in every single video, but that's a part of healing. That is a part of just being yourself again. When I journaled and when I write out, like, everybody has different prompts that they write, but me personally, I just write. Like, I literally write my day. I write out my day, how my day went, and I just like going over and reading it because it just takes me back to like, okay, this is who I am. This is my personality. I'm finding it again. I'm finding what makes me happy again. I'm remembering it. Another way to find what makes you happy again is what I like to do is, even if I'm not shopping, I'll put a bunch of stuff in a cart. Cause like I told y'all before, I lost my sense of style. I forgot who I was with that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put a bunch of stuff in a cart that my eye just goes towards. Cause your true self is not gonna hide away from you for that long. So I just get a bunch of stuff in my cart, put it in the cart. And then when I looked at everything that was in my cart, it was either like some girly stuff, like, you know, a simple, simplistic style. I'm like, okay, that's who I am. And it kind of opened the door for me, and I remembered who I was. So do that. Even if you're not going to buy it, just do that. That's a method that I do that actually works. It really does. It's kind of like, girl, but it works. Okay, it works. Another thing that is kind of mandatory when it comes to finding yourself again, you're gonna have to isolate yourself. So when I say isolate yourself, I don't mean like just shut off from the world, but you might have to like step back. Take a break from going outside. Take a break from being around other people's energies too much and just be around your own energy. What I like to do too is I like to spend time with my family. So once I like isolated and I was like spending time with my immediate family, like my mom, my dad, and my little sister, it just brought me back to who I was, and then brought me back to my roots, what I really love, what really matters to me, because I found that I was dabbling in with boys so much, with friends so much, friendship drama. It just drained me so much where it was like I forgot who I was completely. It wasn't until I was like around my family and people who really love and care for me is when I really remembered who I am. And let's say you just don't have a best relationship with your family. Not everybody has a good relationship with their family. Just be with yourself, you know, watch movies with yourself. Movies take you back too, because I feel like a lot of us grew up loving movies, and just watching movies, I feel like just brings you back to your old self. I feel like our most authentic self was probably around the age 10, 12, 13. Personality wise, you liked certain things that was molding your personality, and the world kind of, you know, beats us up and makes us feel like this is not the way to be, so you forget it. But I feel like doing stuff that you used to love will bring that back to you. So do stuff that you used to love. Do stuff that you grew up loving. Visit places that you used to like to visit. Do that sport that you used to love to do. Like, if you grew up playing a sport, go outside and just do some practices of that sport. Even if you're not doing it professionally, just give you that feel of how times used to be, because I feel like life, like I said, life just brings us so many dodges. Life just beats us up so much sometimes, so where it's like, we're just like, what happened? Like, I missed how things used to be. You can still have that same feeling. You can still get back up on your feet. In life, we lose ourselves sometimes, but we could always heal and find ourselves again. So I hope this video helped anybody who needed to hear this. If you are going through it right now with just identity, you just don't know who you are, you're trying to make everybody happy, but you can't make everybody happy and be happy in that as well. I just want you to understand that it's okay to be yourself and spend time with yourself. Figure out who you are, what you like to do, figure out all those things, and just understand that you are beautiful any type of way. If you're a loud person, if you're a quiet person, if you're a social person, if you are an introvert, that is okay. There's a lane for everybody. Everybody is different in their own way. You're not a weirdo because you're not like this person. They're not a weirdo because they're not like you. Everybody is special and everybody is different. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. You can also connect with me on my fitness page where I post fitness workouts. I also have a 12-week and 6-week workout program in the link below. In that program, you can also connect with me in the chat. After you purchase the program, we have like a chat of all the girls doing the workout program as well. Summer is around the corner, sis. So, you know, we got to get our bodies right too. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.